Okay, welcome back to the Lexicata Getting Started video series. In this video, we'll be going through how to prepare a document for e-signature and send it out and get it signed. So let's first go back into a matter. In this case, we'll do this bankruptcy matter we've been working on previously. So the documents are going to be part of the workflow, just like the tasks, appointments, and forms that we've gone through in past videos. So you can go ahead and click on Add to Workflow, add a single item, and we're going to go ahead and click Prepare a Document. So there are different ways that you can go about sending out documents for e-signing. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to send out a text editor or PDF template for e-signature. But keep in mind, you can also upload an existing PDF from your computer and send that out. If you'd prefer to not draft your documents in Lexicata, you can draft them elsewhere, save them as a PDF, and upload them manually to send out for signing. Okay, so in this case, let's just go ahead and click on Use a Template from Lexicata. We'll select which template. We're going to go through both of these, but let's go ahead and do the text editor template first. If you remember in the previous video when we created the template, we had to set up a number of people to be automated into the document. For this particular template, there was just one person, and that was person P1. So by default, it's going to assign it to the primary contact for the matter, which is Tom Jameson. If you had P1, P2, P3, and so on, or company 1, company 2, you would be assigning all of these contacts at this step. So this is an important step. Make sure you assign the correct contacts to P1 and P2 and so on. When you're ready to go, you'll click the Draft Document button. And it's going to take you back into the text editor that you're familiar with from when you created the template. But you'll notice instead of the template with all the placeholder fields in it, you're now going to see there are actual text, actual data from your account replacing these fields. And everything that got replaced is now underlined with these little blue dots so you can easily identify where automation fields were replaced with actual data. So you can kind of scroll through, make sure everything looks good. If you did happen to skip any of these fields, if for instance you didn't have their address or something, it would alert you and highlight them in red so that it draws your attention to it in case you need to modify those. But in this case, everything looks good. So I've got all the address and the date and the fee amount, everything's automatically been inserted into the template. If I needed to, I could make any changes to the template at this time. And keep in mind, this is now a custom version of the document that is assigned to this client. So no changes will affect the original template. The changes will only take effect for this particular client's document. And just to scroll down to the bottom, the one thing that will not yet be replaced are these e-signature fields. These are basically little snippets of code which HelloSign can recognize. So when we get to the next step, when we prepare this to be sent out for signing, it will convert these little blue e-sign fields into the actual blocks where they can e-sign. All right, so everything looks great. I'm going to go ahead and click the Prepare for Signing button. And what it's going to do is render all of this text in the online text editor into an actual PDF document that I'll send out for signature. All right, so my document has now been created successfully. The next step here is going to be selecting who the signers will be. So this can be different from the automation settings that we selected previously. Typically the contact signers will match up pretty well with the P1 and P2 and so on. So it's going to default signer 1 is in this case the same as P1, Tom Jameson, who's with the client, but you're going to want to select the user signers if there are any. In this case it's just me, but I'm going to go ahead and select myself as the user signer, and I'll be able to sign the document after the client does. So we'll go ahead and click Continue. All right, and so now HelloSign basically takes that PDF and uploads it into their system. Your letterhead got added on automatically to the top, you'll notice. And if you scroll down to the bottom, remember those little blue tags with the e-signature fields? They've now been converted into actual e-signature fields automatically. So here's my signature block here in pink, and here's the client's signature block here in green, and finally the date field shown right here at the very bottom. So really, really streamlined process. As you can see, I didn't even have to do anything when drafting this document to send out. If you did want to, you could add additional signature fields at this time. And keep in mind, if you did want to not use the user signer feature, you could sign it yourself at this time as well. So you can just click on any signature field and change the signer and say me, I sign here, and you can sign it right now rather than having people sign it after you send it out. All right, so that's that. Go ahead and click continue and it'll finalize everything for you. And the last step here is basically just to choose the signing method. Like we do with intake forms, you can either email the links out for signature or you can sign in person if the client's with you in the office. In this case, I'm going to choose email. So it's basically going to send out the link for Tom Jameson first, which is right here. And remember, because this is a user signer, my link will be sent to me after the client has already signed. So just go ahead and click the send document button. All right, and it'll take you to an email here. Again, if you had created different versions of your send document email template, you could change it here. I only have the one in this case, but I can also make any changes on the fly before I send it out if necessary. And just like with the intake forms, you have a custom link that's created for this document. This link is assigned to this signer, so when the client clicks on it, it'll point them in the right place where they need to sign. So just keep in mind, you cannot copy and paste this link or use it for any other context. It is specific to this document as well as this client. All right, so as long as everything looks good with the email, you just click the send button. The email will go out. And again, just like with intake forms, if you'd like to, you can set a due date. So maybe you give the client a week to sign, and you can select an automatic reminder. So you can remind them at the time of the due date or some amount of time before the due date if you'd like. And just like with intake forms, if they have not signed by the time that reminder email has been scheduled for, they'll get a reminder email automatically. If they have signed already, that reminder email will be canceled, so they won't be reminded unnecessarily. So that's it. We'll go ahead and just click schedule. And everything's done. So it'll take you back now to your Matter page. You'll see the document has a status of pending, meaning it's been sent out, but it has not been signed by everyone just yet. So at this point, the client would get an email in their email account. They could open this up, and I'll show you what the document's going to look like. So this is what the client will see when they open up the document. Looks really nice. As I mentioned before, it goes through HelloSign's system, so it says HelloSign at the top up here. They can review the document here online, and again, they can do this on any device, smartphone, computer, iPad, whatever it may be. Once they're ready to sign, they click Get Started. It'll simply walk them through the document and point to any places where they need to sign, initial, or fill out any other fields. In this case, I just have a signature field, and you'll notice the date is automatically inserted, the correct day's date. So we'll just click there. And now they have a few different options for signing. You can draw your signature if you're on a tablet or a touchscreen device. You can type it in. In this case, it's probably a little easier because I'm working on a computer. You notice you can change your font even if you want. You can also upload your image or email it in from your smartphone if you prefer. But in this case, we're just going to go ahead and do type it. Click insert. There it is. You'll notice I still have not signed yet. My signature block will be here as the attorney, and I'll get a notification email as soon as this document gets executed, letting me know that it's now my turn to sign. So once the client is done, it'll say you've completed all fields. Please click continue. They do that. They agree to the terms and conditions of the e-signature. And that's it. Super seamless and easy signing process. They can do it on any device, and it'll be much easier for them than printing, downloading, scanning, and all the other steps involved with normally signing a paper document. So very, very easy e-sign process for the client. All right, so we're back here in Lexicata on the Matter page. You'll see the document is still pending because not all signers have signed just yet. But once the client does sign, I will get a nice little email, which is right here. It's going to say a document is ready for you to e-sign. So any user signers will get this email all at the same time as soon as all the clients have signed or the contacts have signed. So all you do, just like what the client would do, click the link to e-sign. And same kind of process, click Get Started. Takes me down here to my signature block. I can click to sign. And I'll draw it in there. You'll notice the client signature is still there. Continue. I agree. Same process. And we're done. So at this point, an executed copy of the document goes out to both the client and the law firm. So all parties have an executed agreement. It's that easy. And if I even go back into Lexicata and refresh the page here, you'll see the status here of my document indicates that it's been signed. I can go ahead and view that or download it if I need to. Check it off. And under my Files tab, I'm also going to have the signed document here as a PDF. So really, really easy process. No uploading, downloading, email attachments, printing, scanning, everything done online very seamlessly, and it all comes back into Lexicata when you're done. Last thing I'm going to show you here is going to be PDF document signing process. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I do just want to show the drafting process to show you how it's different. So again, we'll click Prepare Document from within the workflow, use a template from Lexicata. This time I'm going to choose this HIPAA form example, which is a PDF template. And again, you're going to choose your document automation settings here. So who's P1? In this case, it's Tom Jameson. And you'll notice it's a little different. This time you're going to choose the signers before you send out the document. With the text editor template, you choose the signers after you draft it. In this case, there isn't really a drafting process because it's a PDF. So you're going to choose your signers beforehand, and you're going to go straight into HelloSign to go ahead and finalize it and send it out. So in this case, I just have the one signer, which is the client. Again, if I had a user signer, I would select that here as well, but I don't in this case, so that's it. We click Draft Document, and it opens it up in HelloSign. You'll see it's in preview mode, meaning you're not actually signing it this time, but you'll also notice that all this text got automatically inserted. So here's the name of the client. Here's my address, got a little spaced out, but you can always move things. Good enough. And remember, I said you can fill out these fields before you send it out or while you're sending it out. So that's what I want to show you right now. All you do here is click on any of the text box fields you want to fill out. And by default, they're assigned to the client, but you just change it to me. And you just say whatever you want. Just type in the text. You can move it if you need to. You can even change the size, things like that. Same thing here. Change it to me. All medical records. Okay, good enough. Finally, at the bottom, you have signature, date, and initials. That's where the client is going to sign. So whenever you're ready to go, you just click the continue button. And from this point on, it's the exact same process as you would go through for the text editor template. You choose your method, whether you want to email it or you want to sign it now in person. The link has been generated, so you would just click the send button, email the link out, and when the client submits it, you'll get the signed copy back into your Lexicata account. So I'm not going to go ahead and go through that entire process for now, but hopefully you've enjoyed this video about how to prepare and send out documents for e-signing. In the next video, I'll be showing you how you can customize your email templates and build your own automated email campaigns. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.